Hello guys and welcome back to Craze. Today I'm gonna show you guys on how to change your engine oil and your oil filter at home with common hand tools and save a good amount of money, which I'll be showing you guys with proof later in this video. For now I'm gonna take you guys an in-depth tutorial on how to change your engine oil and your oil filter, like just how the authorized service centers do. So stick around until the end so that you don't miss any of the step and do it in a completely safe manner. So let's get started with the video. So guys, starting up with, these are the tools which you require in order to change the engine oil of your vehicle. And guys, don't panic by seeing a torque wrench, a jack stand and a jack, because I'm going to tell you guys a substitute of changing your engine oil without these three equipment. So stick around, don't quit the video. Now starting up with, you need a drain pan, a funnel and a measuring jar. I'll be letting you guys know why you need a measuring jar later in the video. A WD-40 because it's a very good penetrating fluid. If your drain bowl is stuck, this is going to help you. A pair of gloves because you don't want the oil to enter your skin and harm your skin, so wearing gloves is going to protect your hands. And a pair of glasses. Now these glasses will protect your eye because sometimes the engine oil might be hot and you don't want hot oil entering your eye. Now this is a socket wrench. You need a T45 socket bit for the drain bolt in my case, and a 27mm socket for the oil filter and an extension if required. Now moving ahead, this is a jack stand and a torque wrench. Now you not necessarily need these three equipments in order to change the engine oil of your vehicle, because most of the Indian makes have a very good ground clearance. In my case, this Brezza has 200mm of ground clearance, so you can easily slide under the vehicle without no tension and you have a good amount of room to work under. But since you're doing this service at home and saving a good amount of money, you can invest on these equipments as a very good investment for a DIY. So this is a jack stands and a torque wrench, and most importantly you need an engine oil which suits your viscosity rate of your vehicle's engine, a genuine oil filter and a drain port. Now those of you guys who are wondering which viscosity rate of engine oil should I go for my vehicle, it's very simple. Open your owner's manual of your vehicle, go to the specification sector, and under the subdivision of engine oil you have a viscosity rate right here, which is SAE 5W30 in my case, and the amount of engine oil which you need with replacement of oil filter is 3.2 liters. Now this is a very simple fix and the answer for your question, and most of them don't know, so the answer is there right in your owner's manual. So go through your owner's manual once so that you get a clear understanding of your vehicle. So guys, the next step is to jack up the vehicle. Now it's not necessary that you guys need to jack up. As you guys can see, there's a good amount of ground clearance and you can easily slide under the vehicle and work without any tension. Now if you guys have a floor jack lying around at your home, or if you have invested or bought a new one, and if you guys don't know where to jack up your vehicle, it's very simple. Again, the answer is the owner's manual. Now open up your owner's manual and go to the emergency service section, and here you have your jacking points for the front as well as the rear. Now in some owner manuals it's emergency service section, and in some it's tires and wheel section, so just go through your owner's manual once in order to get a clear understanding. So guys, before jacking up your vehicle, make sure your gear lever is set to first and your e-brake is pulled all the way up so that the vehicle does not move while you're jacking up the vehicle. And the very next step is to pop open the bonnet. Once you open the bonnet, secure it with the bonnet stand. Locate your engine oil cap and unscrew it completely, and pull out the engine oil dipstick lightly so that air enters the system. This helps in complete drain of engine oil from the oil cell. Now let's jack up the car with the help of an hydraulic floor jack. Jack up the car at the recommended jacking points. I'm using a thick piece of wood to give me extra leverage. Once jacked up to a comfortable height, place a jack or an axle stand under the car. A car should always be secured with jack stands, and one should not rely only on the jack. Now do the same on the other side. Once the car is secured on both the sides with jack stands, give the car a good push to make sure that the car does not move. This step ensures complete safety to work under the car. I also support the car with a light pressure from the jack to add extra protection just in case if something goes wrong. Up next, safely slide under the car and locate your drain pan and bolt. In my case, this is the drain pan, and to unscrew the drain plug, I need a T45 torque screw socket. Sometimes drain bolts are pretty tight and cannot be removed with a normal ratchet, so I recommend the use of WD-40, which helps to loose the bolts. So spray a good amount of WD-40 on the bolt. I then use a long wrench to give me extra leverage to unscrew the bolt. Then I use a regular ratchet to unscrew the bolt completely. Make sure you place a drain pan under before you unplug the drain bolt. Let the oil drain out completely, and in the meantime we can replace the oil filter. Now before removing the oil filter, place a piece of waste cloth under the oil filter assembly to catch the excess oil. Now let's remove the oil filter with the help of an oil filter tool or a socket. It completely depends on the vehicle. In my case, I need a socket to unscrew the oil filter assembly. So with the help of a 27 mm socket and a wrench, I remove the oil filter cap and then the oil filter. Always remember to remove the old O-ring from the oil filter cap with the help of a screwdriver and replace it with a new O-ring which comes with the oil filter. If possible, oil the O-rings so that it's easy to remove the next time. Clean up the oil filter assembly and replace it with a fresh oil filter, and then replace the cap and tighten it to the specified torque figure. In my case, for a Brezza, it's 27 Nm of torque. So those of you who don't have a torque wrench, mark the oil filter assembly and cap on the same line before removing it. This ensures the correct tightened figure, as the previous replacement of oil filter from service center would have been torqued. So with the help of the mark, you can torque it back to the same figure. The same procedure can be followed to the drain bolt as well. Once tightened or torqued, we shall move back to the drain bolt. As you see, by now all the oil has been drained. Clean up the area and reinstall the drain plug. I highly recommend to use a new drain plug as it hardly costs 80 to 100 rupees. Sometimes the old drain plug might wear out due to the usage, so please avoid reusing the same drain plug. So tighten up and torque the drain bolt. Now let's add up fresh new oil. In my case, this car needs 3.2 liters of engine oil, but my can contains 3.5 liters of engine oil, so I'll empty out 200 ml of engine oil in a measuring jar. Now unscrew the engine oil cap and place a funnel to avoid spilling over the engine bay. A top tip is to pour the can sideways to avoid huge gulps coming out of the can. Once topped up, reinstall the cap and take a cold measurement from the dipstick. As you can see, the engine oil is in golden color and is filled to the brim. So guys, now it's time to start the vehicle. I have the key here, clutch in, neutral, let the e-brake be on, don't take it off. And guys, you have no idea how excited I am. Yes, it's a very simple engine oil and oil filter replacement, but when you do it on your own, the sense of satisfaction and excitement you have, something cool. But before starting the vehicle, let me just brief you up. So I'll put the ignition on. And as you guys can see here, this oil symbol should go away once you start the vehicle. So let me just start the car. And yes, there is no oil symbol, and that's a very good job. So if you have an oil symbol, if you have an oil symbol, that means that your drain bolt is loose, or is there some leakage, or there's some fault. Usually this oil symbol won't come up so easily unless you screw up. I mean, changing an oil and oil filter isn't a difficult job, and it's very hard to screw up an oil filter change. So there's no oil symbol, well and good. Let the engine run for around 5 to 10 minutes so that the oil circulates around all the engine components. So let's move under the vehicle and see whether there's some leakage. So guys, now I'm going under the vehicle. That's the back side of the vehicle, so I'm towards the front. Here's the drain pan and that's the drain bolt, so there's no leakage on the drain bolt. I have placed a white glove under the drain bolt so that if there's any leakage, it will be pretty much visible on this. So right now there's no leakage, so I'm sure that there won't be leakage further as well, because I've torqued down the drain bolt and there won't be any leakage once you torque the drain bolts. Now let's move to the engine bay, and near the engine bay compartment, check the oil filter assembly whether is there any leakage, and I don't see any kind of leakage out here. Make sure your oil cap is tight and your dipstick is all the way down. So this is the level of satisfaction which I get. I feel extremely happy when I do the job on my own, and I know that I'm doing the job right and the vehicle's health is maintained well. I've torqued down both the oil filter assembly as well as the drain bolt, so everything is well and good. So now let the engine run for around 5 to 10 minutes and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Now let's check the dipstick, as by now the engine oil would have circulated all over the engine components. Those of you who have a diesel engine, do not worry if your engine oil color is now black, as this is the character of diesel engines due to the heavy carbon components in the engine. So guys, now coming up to the most important part of the video, the pricing. So I'll be explaining you guys how much it exactly costed me, how much did an authorized dealership quote me, and how much did I literally save. So starting up with, it costed me 1,750 rupees for the Castrol Magnetic 5W30 fully synthetic engine oil. So it was a 3.5 liters can and it costed me 1,750 rupees for that. 350 rupees for the genuine Maruti Suzuki oil filter for Vitara Brezza, and 90 rupees for the Maruti Suzuki genuine drain bolt for Vitara Brezza. So in total it costed me 2,190 rupees. And on call, when I asked an authorized Maruti Suzuki dealer, service center, they quoted me 3,500 rupees for the same job, for the same lubricant, for the same genuine spare parts. So in total, I saved off around 1,310 rupees, which is a good amount of money for just a basic engine oil service. And not only engine oil service can be done at home, there's a lot of periodical services which can be done at home, and you can save a good amount of money. By saving this good amount of money, you can invest it on your tools or something which you like. And the advantages of doing this job is, you know that the job is getting done right, and you have a sense of satisfaction as well as you save a good amount of money. But the only disadvantage is that you should know that the job is done in the right manner. So I'll be helping you guys out in that, because I'll be letting you guys know the common mistakes which people might do, and so I'll be helping you guys avoiding that and doing the job in the most right manner possible. So that's all for now. That's all for now in this particular video, guys. If you like this video, please consider the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, as more interesting videos and more knowledge gaining videos will be coming out soon. And if you have any queries or suggestions, just comment down in the comment section and I'll make sure to reply to it. See you guys in the next video.